each RV, you'll have a touch screen. None of them are usually as varied as this with all the different things, but and some of the little widgets are some things that we have in the RV. Some of them aren't. They're just on the screen. But if you go to radio, you can set up your preferences the way that you want and so forth. So you can try that out. When you are driving, you'll see, I'm going to turn on the left-hand turn signal. And you'll see that's your blind spot on the left side, on your right side. And then if I put it into reverse, it's your backup camera. There you go. I always recommend having someone behind there guiding you as well, but that just helps you. And even if you're backing up the RV to go into a spot, you can do your left or your right so you can see what's on either side. You want to make sure you don't brush up against any trees because they can tear the awnings. There are slide out awnings that protect from rain getting in the slide outs, as well as the big awning, and most insurance companies don't cover awnings. So you just want to make sure that you're far enough away from things that you don't, get up close to trees, or they can puncture the roof and things like that. So you want to be careful. In addition, your lights are manual. Most cars aren't that way anymore. And then down here you'll see there's a Zubie. The Zubie actually is a GPS tracker, but it's not only that, it's a great tool for us. It tells us if there's a code being pulled, like if there's an engine code or something like that. It also tells us if your battery is low. It tells us if your gas is low. If you're doing hard stops or speeding, but we don't monitor that or anything, but it does tell you that. So if you want to ever get one day for when you have children who are driving, it's a great resource. But it also will help us for, let's say that you're out in the middle of nowhere, you have no idea where you're at, and you call and you say, hey, we've got this code showing up, an engine code or something like that. This isn't on, so there's no engine code, but let's say you have an engine code and you need to get to a Ford dealership. Well, then we would look to see where you are. I've done this before, sent somebody to a Ford dealership, and then they'll do a diagnostic test to see if it's just a loose sensor or what it is. So that's what that's for. Everything else is just electric locks. You have really, really big vents here. So most of the time, the air conditioning will pull back to the back very easily with that because they're such big vents. But if you have a lot of people, sometimes it does get hotter, and I would recommend then putting on the air conditioning with the generator. But typically you won't need to do that. Over here you'll see where you can change, your mirrors and everything. Up above that is heated mirrors. You don't need to worry about that at all.